Hi everybody, it's Bob Hamel here for another iteration of All About the Flavors. My show where I like to let the natural flavors of our ingredients come shining through without any heavy uses of salt or sauces. Today, we're going down south. We're going to New Orleans. We're going to do a New Orleans style gumbo. Now gumbo, having researched this to look through, gumbo is kind of like every Italian grandmother's tomato gravy recipe. They're all different, they're all unique, and there's 1,000 of them, right? For as many nonnas as there are in the world, there's a gravy recipe. Gumbo is like that, but it kind of falls into two different styles. There's Cajun and Creole. And Creole is where you utilize tomato, okra, and filet, which is a sassafras, a ground up sassafras. I'm not a big fan of okra. I know it's mostly for a thickening agent, but I just, it's kind of like some people don't like cilantro because it has that soapy quality to them. Gumbo, okra is the same thing to me. It's just like, no, I don't do it. So we're going to go with Cajun. So Cajun, basically, where is it? Okay. Cajun is all about the seasonings, right? So you're going to have, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to read from it. We've got, in my Cajun seasoning here, smoked Spanish paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, black and white pepper, oregano, some cayenne, and thyme. Let's take the sniff test. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be overpowering heat-wise because I think the cayenne, let's see what the quantity on it was. It's like 1 tablespoon, but you've got 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half tablespoons of other ingredients. So it's not going to dominate because cayenne can pretty much dominate if given the opportunity. So what we have here is gumbos are roux based, and roux are either equal parts butter and flour or oil and flour, and we did oil. Just because it's how we like it. This is a chocolate roux. This basically, you put it in a saute pan and you cook it on low heat for 45 minutes. It doesn't start out this color, it starts out white, but as it cooks, it gets darker and darker, and when after 45 minutes, it almost, as it cools down, it darkens a little bit more. It comes out to look like milk chocolate or dark chocolate. And that's what this is. So this is the thickening agent that will make the gumbo stew-like. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is to put this aside. It's like gold. I don't want to spend another 45 minutes cooking it. So we're going to cook up the andouille sausage. I got my little oil spritzer. This is a great tool for those of you who like to cook at home, either under oil or over oil. This does it. And spritzer is just a fun word. Okay, so I've got my andouille sausage. I'm going to put this on medium heat. Let this come up to temperature. You can tell because underneath the lights, it'll start shimmering. Starts almost like when you throw a rock into the water and the makes those ripples and rings around. Well, that's what it's going to do. So let's cover this. See, look at that. Just one nice, easy coating covering there, huh? That's what you get with a spritzer. Okay. So there's that. That's coming up. I can just about feel it. I'm going to increase that temperature a little bit. Okay, it says medium-high heat, so I'm going to follow the directions for once. Got my spatula. This should, okay, it's just beginning to simmer now. This is about 1.5 links of andouille sausage. I had to. I thought ratio of this to the chicken to the shrimp, this was going to be too much. So I took some of it out. But all we want to do here is saute this, get it browned. Then we're going to put it in the pot. Then we're going to saute the shrimp, leave it to the side. Then we're going to do the, actually we're not going to put it in the pot. We're going to put it to the side. We're going to do the trilogy, the celery, red pepper, and white onion. It's called the trilogy. It's the basis of most New Orleans cooking, is having those 3 items in it. So the andouille is already cooked. We're just trying to get some caramelization on it, some browning. So we're going to do that. This is looking good, but I want another 30 or 40 seconds on it. High heat will do this. It'll cook very fast. You can see we're getting a little bit of browning, caramelization there. I mean, it's not going to be uniform. And again, it's already been cooked. So just texture more than anything else. You see right there, we get some good texture coming. Yeah, we got some fat popping. Gonna go here. I'll let that sit to the side for a second. So we're gonna take this back. I'm gonna take some of our chicken stock. Do like about a half cup. And we are going to deglaze the pan. What is that doing? Well, see all those little brown bits on the bottom? That's flavor. That's flavor gold. We want to get all that up, and that's going to give us really good flavor going into the gumbo. Called déglacer in French, meaning to deglaze. Okay, we got that. That's looking pretty darn good. I think we got pretty much all of it. Yeah, pretty much. All right. So in it goes there. Now we're going to do our vegetables. Red pepper, green pepper, celery. What did I say? Green? Did I say? I don't remember what I said. We're basically going to sweat the vegetables. Sweating means you want to get the liquid out of it. It's going to start getting smaller. It's going to caramelize. If there's any sweet factor in the vegetable, which there is in the peppers, that flavor is going to come out. So we're going to do this. We're going to add the rest of our stock. And we're going to add our roux. And we're going to let this come up to temperature. You do. Okay, here's the roux. You can see it's chocolate. It's been cooked through. This literally was 45 minutes standing right here, stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring some more till it comes out to be this thick. And you need patience. Flavor that this will impart is going to be phenomenal. And I'm going to get every little bit of this out because I spent 45 minutes making it. I'm going to use it all. Well, that's enough. So we are going to bring this to a boil. Okay, so traditional gumbo is not served with rice, but I kind of like to have a starch factor in it, so I'm going to do up some white rice. Ratio of the rice is 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. I've got 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water, which I should be able to pour into the pot. Cover. Let it go. I'm going to do it on medium heat. I think that's what is appropriate. I need to saute my shrimp. So let's get another burner going here. Okay, spritzer. Here we go. Doesn't need a lot because I don't have a lot of shrimp that I'm going to put in here. It's only like 6 of them. But you want to get a nice little saute on it. So what's going to happen here? I got the rice cooking. The gumbo is coming up to a boil. Yep, it's almost there. It's going to boil for 5 to 7 minutes. By that point, I should have the shrimp cooked. The andouille and the chicken are already cooked. Once the shrimp is done, we're going to take all that, put it in, bring this down to a simmer, and we're going to add our Cajun seasonings. And we'll go over the ingredients of the seasonings again in a bit. But once that is simmering, you're just going to let it cook to as long as you want to get the texture right. It's going to be the, the stewy type thickness versus the soup. So that'll happen. Let's check this now. We got this. I've got my shrimp. These are 2630 shrimp, which means 2630 to a pound. Just going to throw them in. These are going to cook real fast. And even if they're still a little opaque in the middle, it's not going to be a big deal because it's going to be thrown in here. Let's check on our, all right, that's coming to a boil time. It is, okay, we got 5 minutes from now. Okay, you remind me, okay? Okay, it's still a little opaque in the middle, but that's okay. Because it's going to continue cooking in the stove, in the pan, and as you can see, it's getting darker on the side that was just on the heat. It's getting darker. There we go. All right, that'll continue to cook. This has got a few more minutes. Then we're going to throw everything in the pot. Then we're going to simmer. So let's check back in about another 4 minutes, okay? See you then. I want to check the consistency. This is, yeah, that's beginning to thicken up. That's how it sits on the spoon. It's going to get even thicker. That's what we want. I'm going to leave the cover off because I don't want it to steam as much as to just simmer. So 2 things that they add is garlic and parsley. I'm basically going to squeeze out a couple of these bulbs of roasted garlic. That's that. That'll break up as it cooks. Everybody goes in the pot. So we got chicken. This is a chicken that we did on the grill. And that rice is looking pretty darn good. Okay, I'm just dropping these by hand. All right, let's get this in. I'm going to let this, I'm going to bump the temperature up to medium because I want these flavors to kind of meld in. There's our parsley, fresh parsley. If you don't have fresh, you can use dried, but dried is stronger in flavor. Oh, this is looking good, folks. This is really looking good. This is going to be just a really, really nice texture, flavors. Oh, how is it going to be Cajun without the Cajun seasoning, right? All right, how much? Well, we'll do this. Oh well, I'm just going to do it to taste. It's looking pretty good. Let's do a taste test, right? Shall we? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. Needs more. Needs a little bit more. There we go. I'm getting, as it hits the back of my throat, my palate, I'm getting some of that spice. But the thing about spicing, you can always add, you can't take away. So I like to be a little conservative when I'm putting it in at first, because you can always put more. But if you put in too much, then you've just been wasting time. That is looking like it's cooking. This is coming out good. We're going to cut the temperature down just a hair. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Yep. Getting the garlic, getting the onion, the oregano, the cayenne. Not too much of the cayenne. Definitely got the smoked Spanish paprika, which is a flavor that I love. So this is looking really, really good. So I think consistency-wise, I think we're good with the cook. I'll throw in a couple more leaves of parsley for color. When I serve this, what I'll do is I'll take a cup of rice, put it in a container, put it in the middle of the bowl, and then put the gumbo all around it. So you spoon out some rice with the gumbo, and it all just kind of melts together. And that's what's going to happen probably 2 nights from now for dinner. So that's it. This is pretty much done. I'm going to turn this off, let this cool down. Just going to finish cooking my rice, and that's the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time on All About the Flavors. I'm Bob Hamel. You guys have a great day. See ya.